Hello, good evening, everybody. It's Usha Chudasama from Healing Feeling, transforming lives through training and therapy. And it's such a beautiful evening. The sun is just shining through, and we've had a really amazing day. So today was the first day of our 5-week happy workshop. Hello, Claire. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, thank you so much for joining, Suki. I was just saying that today was the first day of our 5-week happy workshop, and it was pretty amazing. So it's basically based on the book, the Your Happy Child book, which I offered to the parents. And oh, hello there, Sarah and Suzanne. Thank you so much for joining for the first time. Swati, hello. Oh, lovely for you. Lovely that you're joining in. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the 5-week workshop that we're doing. And it's basically teaching skills of happiness to children and their parents. Because I found that, there's so many children who are stressed in school, and they don't always have the time. Parents and also teachers don't always have the time to show them what to teach them. And so that's what I'm doing. So today's workshop was all about creating a happy environment so that children thrive. The one thing you can't do is make someone do something, and that includes your child. You can't make them do anything, but what you can do is create the environment so that they feel like they want to do something, so that you don't end up having to discipline them. Hello there, Miriam. Hello there, Kerry. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just talking about the workshop and how it went today, and I was just so excited that everybody turned up, and the children loved it. I think some of them were a little bit shy when they first came, but to be honest, I've done these workshops so many times, and I felt a little bit nervous as well, because I did it at a new venue which I've not been to before. The acoustics were a little bit weird, because as with old churches, it was in an old church, and as with old churches, although it was a pretty nice new hall, the church is pretty old, and it was next door. Hello, Kaki, how are you? And the workshop went really, really well. I was just so happy, and the kids were happy. So we did a little bit of understanding around how the brain works, and also doing it at a child-friendly level. We gave the kids all a handy model that they can all take at home. Wink, wink. I hope that they get a chance to teach the handy model to their parents, because that was their homework. And we learned a little bit about fight and flight and how that happens, where in the brain that mechanism gets triggered, and what kind of things can happen. We also talked about we looked at 3 different strategies that children can use to calm down, because one of the things that happens a lot is that because children get stressed and they get overwhelmed with so many things going on, these 3 strategies helps them to reconnect, to calm down, and to be able to regulate their emotions again, because that is so important. Now, all of those people who are joining me and listening in, what do you think are the biggest problems that children are facing? What do you think are the biggest problems parents are facing? I would really love you to type in your answer and make a comment and press the enter button, and I could answer you as we're talking about it now. So we spent a little bit of time also doing massage skills, and we had the kids massaging the parents, and the parents massaging the kids, and it was pretty interesting. So some of the feedback from the parents and the children was that it was very interesting, eye-opening, and even the games had meanings, because everything that I do within the workshop has a meaning behind it, and there is a psychology behind it. All the workshops are based on positive psychology and neuroscience. So And of course, you know, the work I do from a teaching perspective, keeping it safe and keeping it boundaried, help the children to feel safe, I hope. And I'm looking forward to next week and also the following weeks that are coming up. So if you would like to know more about the Happy Workshop, or if you wanted to join, please go to my website, The Healing Feeling. So it's www.healing-feeling.com, and sign up for the newsletter, and you'll find out about the workshops. Oh, Claire's just put in a comment. I think the biggest pressure on parents is time, and how to ensure time spent together is quality time. Also, there's so much to stimulate children and a lot of pressure on them, how to help them manage those stresses. Claire, today we actually played a game where parents got a better understanding of how much pressure kids are under, and this game helped them to realize how much overwhelm we give ourselves. And when we take off one of those pressures at a time, it does help to quieten and calm the situation. So yes, you're so right, and that is a pressure on time. But the thing is, in terms of time management and the pressures at time, or the pressures of time on parents, I think that if parents were to look at actually where do they actually put their time and how productively they are using their time, they will find often enough that they can cut back on some of the things that are overwhelming and offer their children quality time. And that is what we covered today, in fact, through games and discussion. Suki from Forest Grant has said that quite often dealing with parents' unrealistic expectations for them to gain vicarious bragging rights. Oh, bragging rights. I'm not sure I understand what that is, what you mean by that specifically. For them to gain vicarious bragging rights. Do you mean that they have unrealistic expectations of their children to perform, and so that they as parents can feel, oh, like, this is what my child is up to and this is what my child has done, so they've got a trophy for something? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure, Suki, if that's what you mean. I think what she means is the child can do this already, yours can't. Yeah, so the bragging of my child is better than yours. I mean, if that is if that's happening, thank you, thanks for that, Claire and Suki. Yeah, so I think that if that is happening, then it's possible that there is a little bit of peer pressure going on, and peer pressure not from the child's just the child's perspective, it's also from an adult perspective, because I do think that, you know, children are being shunted from one after school club to another because there's all of this pressure that parents are putting on each other, and actually children need that downtime. I can't remember, I read somewhere, but I can't remember what the percentages are, but actually children need a lot of downtime to do a little bit of relaxation. The reason being is that actually their mind is so full of, they're so stimulated by all of these other after school activities that there's no time for reflection. There's no time to actually consolidate and implement exactly what's going on. I ran an after school, it was a Saturday club, my Happy Workshop, teaching skills of happiness. And I'm just going through some of the problems that parents are facing. And one of them is Suki saying, yes, also so the parents themselves can compete with their adult siblings and other parents. Oh my God. Do you know what? One of the things I say in my tagline is that I am passionate about helping parents to empower their children, which is one aspect, but the other side is to heal their own inner child, so done through the experience of parenthood and adulthood. Because I just find that a lot of times parents are also going through their own healing journey, and having children actually stimulates that process, because when children trigger off something in them, it's possible that there's something that they haven't quite worked through themselves. So yes, you agree with me. So hello Lucy, thank you for joining. I bet your kids are what, under 5 now, Lucy, if I remember. Rahila, thank you so much. All these people, so thank you so much for joining. I'm just talking about the importance of teaching happiness skills to our children. Hi, Marsha. Marsha was one of the ladies that joined us today. A mum of one daughter who's amazing. So Marsha, tell us what you thought about the workshop today, and let's have a mum who actually came to the workshops tell others about it. It'd be really lovely to get your viewpoint. But yeah, it's so true that parents are also going through their own healing journey. And you know what? You don't know what you don't know. And so there's no blame here. There's no blame that parents aren't doing the right thing. And that is never, ever been my intention at all. Because I was that parent who also didn't know. And I wish that there was somebody who did this kind of workshop for me at that time. So, yeah. Oh, hi, Philip, and hi, Marion. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just talking, Philip. What I did today was the happy workshop, and it's the workshop that I run at the school, but this time it was outside of school, and it went really, really well. We've got 7 parents and 7 children joining us, and it's nice to see dads as involved in it as well. Marion, I hope that you're doing well. I haven't heard from you in a little while, but hopefully all is good. So the question I'm asking is, what are the pressures that children are facing? You just saw the photos. Oh, okay. I think that may have been my marketing manager who's doing that, Lena. Oh, I'm just noticing the sun is really shining on my face here. I might just turn this around a little bit. Oh, that's making it worse, actually. All right, Marsha is saying that the course was brilliant, really interesting to learn about the brain and trying to focus on too many things at once. We don't realize how overwhelming it can be for our kids. And actually, Marsha, something that Claire was just saying is that sometimes we as parents complain about time management and not having enough time with our children. And the thing that we were saying is that because we understand through the games today how overwhelming things can be for the kids, we also realize how much we as parents can maybe pare down some of the things that we're working on so that we can give quality time. And you love the breathing exercise. And you know, I teach the breathing exercises at a young age because I have adults coming to my therapy rooms, and then the breathing exercises actually helps them with their anxiety. Hello, Mita. Thank you so much for joining. We're just actually talking about the workshop that I did today, and how we talked about the happiness skills that our children need to learn. And thank you, Marsha, so much for joining on this live, and you were at the workshop. So thank you for your input. And I'm really, really looking forward to the next 4 weeks. And I've set up I've set up a private Facebook group for them, parents, because I just think, you know what, I want to give so much, and the 90 minutes that we have just wasn't enough. And maybe I might have to rethink my model and do a half a day or whole day event, maybe. What do you think? Marsha, what do you think? 1 day, half a day, 2 days? It's just such a lovely atmosphere. And you know what? Nobody wanted to leave, did they? Especially after the massage. It was just, even I didn't want to go. I just wanted to carry on. It was just so amazing. Anyway, I'm going to have to Oh, hello there, Pavesh, Nain. Hi, thank you so much for joining. I'm actually now coming to the end of the broadcast, but do go back to the replay. And if you are coming for the replay, I really appreciate you. And if you have any comments about what kind of stress or what kind of pressures children face, or the kind of pressures that parents face, and if you want to ask a question, please post it here and I will come back and I will reply to that. So thank you so much for joining. If you want to know about the workshops that I do, again, go to my website, www.healing-feeling.com, and sign up for the newsletters. I've got so much information that I offer to parents via blogs and the newsletter, and you can find out more about the book that I've written, and also the workshops that are coming up. So thank you so much for joining. If you're on here live, thank you for coming on, and if you're coming back on the replay, I appreciate you. Thanks very much. Bye for now.